are now plugged into Hooked on Sonics with Bruce and Tone Capone.
And we're live.
Welcome back, everybody. Season 4 of Hooked on Sonics. I am one of your two hosts, Bruce. And as always, everyone's brother from another mother, the Tone Capone. We miss you guys so much. And we're excited to be back. This week, we're just going to play catch up. We've both seen quite a few shows and picked up quite a few pieces of music and stuff. So we're going to touch on all that. We're going to have a little in memoriam section. Few faces passed on since we last been on. So yeah, we've got a lot to get to. Tone, how are you?
Good evening.
Are you excited?
I am. I was sitting there telling Kate today, I said, as much as I love doing the podcast because of things that's been going on in my daily routine and not having to do the podcast, it's like I'm not sure that I'm even ready for the to have the time to do the podcast, you know what I mean? Because things have been kind of hectic and lots of to-dos and going ons over the summer and birthdays and stuff like that, stuff and whatnot. So, but I am happy to get back together. There's a lot to talk about. You and I have a lot to discuss. A lot of things going on in the news, obviously, music-wise. We'll get to that. Talk about some alcohol, what we're drinking this evening, and basically, take the time to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in. We are on the cusp of, I think, I know between most social media, we're continuing to grow and grow a little bit slowly. But you know what? If you like what you hear and you see, and don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. We want to hear from you guys. We want to hear from you guys as far as any albums you want us to review still. We love to get those from you guys. Got a few of them from you guys. I think the a bigger portion of you just prefer the albums that we're kind of dumping on you and see what your flavor is on them. I hope a lot of you guys take these things in and enjoy them as much as me and Bruce do. But without further ado, Bruce, what have you been listening to?
What?
What have you been listening to?
Well, my friend, I'm going to tell you. So before I get into some of the stuff I've picked up since we last spoke, I really got to tell you, I shared a song with you last week from this guy. I just got turned on by this guy. His name is Steven Wilson Jr. And my God, he's got his first album was 4 discs. First album, 4 discs. And it was pretty wild. And then so I've been really digging into him a lot. And then yeah, we got some things I've picked up. And one of those was it was a Rhino Super kind of a deluxe edition of the first Black Sabbath album, remastered, cut from the original analog tapes, heavyweight stuff. And then what's really cool about this, here's an insert here with a bunch of liner notes and everything like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really, it's really cool. Really cool. And it sounds fantastic.
Great.
Absolutely sounds amazing.
What's your favorite track on the album?
Wasp Behind the Walls, Sleep Right Now.
Okay.
Right now. But there's not a bad track on that album.
There's not a bad track on that album. You're right.
I picked this up earlier. I'm not sure. I don't know. I picked this up before we left, but I don't think we ever got to it because we were so busy with guests. But I picked up the reissue of Fraley's Comet Live Plus One, a little expanded edition here. Um, it's just got a couple of extra songs on there, um, which was Cold Gin and Shock Me with,
Oh, nice.
yeah, fairly
Almost
cool.
almost like a lava red.
Yep, through Friday Music, and they did a really good job on this one. The original Fraley's Comet, they fucked that all to hell. Really, screwed up the artwork. It was real digitalized and just blurry, and they screwed up the song title. We got your rock to we got your back.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I remember you showing me that.
Okay. Next up was over the summer. I got into a little bit of a Cramps kick, and first one I picked up was this cool album, live album. The Cramps Smells Like Female.
Smell of female.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
And then Big Beat from Badsville.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let me share a little piece of tasty morsel for you about the Cramps.
Please.
They are on they are on my favorite soundtrack.
Return
They
of the
do
yep.
Return of the Living Dead, with Surfing Dead, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a brief stint, it is my understanding that Sean Yseult played for them for a run.
Really?
Yep.
When we get Poison Ivy on the show, we'll have to ask her.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
I'd love to talk to Sean.
For sure.
I bet she'd be I would just love to talk to her, especially about like they just blew the album had been out for like a while, if I remember correctly. Los Exorcisto had been out for a while, and it didn't catch. All of a sudden, they played it on fucking Beavis and Butthead, and it caught like fucking wildfire, dude.
Yeah.
Like growing up, did you ever hear a song on the radio and you went and you knew instantly, holy shit, this is going to be whoever this is going to be fucking huge.
Yes. The one that comes to mind is Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Oh,
I said I remember specifically. I watched it and I was like, this is such a killer song. This song's a classic, but there's no way they're going to stick around. It's not going to stick. So I was half right. Half right.
for me, that the ones that always stand out to me is when I first heard White Zombie, Thunderkiss 65. I knew right then there. This is much more different than anything we've ever seen or heard before.
Mm-hmm.
And this is whatever this is. If this is what the album's like, it is going to be fucking wildfire, and it was for a long fucking time, dude. And then we would obviously get fucking Astro Creep 2000. Another one is Rage Against the Machine, dude. First time I heard fucking Rage Against the Machine, I said, holy shit, this shit is going to fucking ignite a fucking fire. Like this shit is going to fucking go ape shit.
Yeah.
And then the last time that I can say the last time I can say that like I knew the dude was going to fucking blow up and be big, and I knew the album was going to be fucking huge, was when fucking the Bull God, I Am the Bull God from
Kid
fucking
Rock.
Kid Rock dropped, dude, and I was like, holy shit, this thing's gonna be huge. This thing's gonna be fucking huge, dude.
I remember that Kid Rock really took me by surprise. I did that Devil Without a Cause album came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit. This is something new. This is something different."
Yeah.
It was a whole next level, because obviously we had rock and rap and all that stuff before, but dude, that was just a completely different level.
It didn't look like that. You know what I
No,
mean? Yeah.
no, no.
Yeah. Up to that point, it didn't look like that. But yeah, go ahead, man. You
Yep.
got any more albums to show me?
Yeah, just a couple more things. Here in, I believe it's November on Disney Plus, they're going to they're going to release a uh, a updated version of Beatles Anthology. Remember that came out in the 90s, and so in honor, I picked up all three of the first three um,
Where'd you snag those at?
anthologies. Lost and Found Records. I kept saying analogy, folks. A lot of rust. Anthologies. Anthologies.
That is your
Anyway,
word for today, kids. Go home and look it up. Understand what it
yeah,
means.
don't depend on me.
When you come back, use it in a sentence in the comments.
That's right. And then here locally in the Knoxville area, they lost a kind of a local legend. His name was Colonel Bacchus. He just died last week of, I believe, prostate cancer.
Oh man.
He'd been around for 30 plus years, just doing wild shit. Um, had a radio gig, and he put out four albums that I know of. So I picked up three of his albums. Um, the first one is Journey to the Center of the Slime, Escape from the Center of the Slime, and a little play on Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass Band, Colonel Bacchus and the Arbor Dukes, Part 3, The Bride. So just real fun, uh, goofy songs. Some of them are, or a lot of them are kind of knockoffs off classic songs. They're they're fun. They're ridiculous. Um, so rest in peace, Colonel Bacchus. You are greatly missed by a lot of people. They are having a memorial, public memorial for him a little bit later. As soon as I get the date for that, for sure. Um, I'll post it on my social media or whatever. I just don't remember it off the top of my top of my head. Last but certainly not least, this was probably the coolest pickup. This is a jazz album called From One Charlie. This is by Charlie Watts and his Charlie Watts Quintet.
Okay.
This is a tribute album he did in 1991 to the great Birdman Charlie Parker. It includes a CD. This is a CD version. And then here's a little backstory. In 1962, or I'm sorry, 1965, Charlie wrote a book about Charlie Parker called Ode to a High Flying Bird. And it's basically like a kid's story about Charlie Parker, the life and death of Charlie Parker. Here's what's really cool about this. Autographed by Charlie Watts.
That's nice.
Yeah. So
Where'd you snag that at?
I got people.
I
got
got
people.
people.
Anyway, such a cool, it's a fantastic jazz album. Our buddy Tom from Shout Out Loudcast, I turned him onto this. He's a big jazz fan. So he's digging it a lot. So
Nice.
and that's what I got. What about you, my friend?
Well, music wise, listening to a lot of recently, a lot of death metal, man. Local Boys Sanguisugabog. I just picked up the last of what I wanted from them. Another band I love a lot, man, is a band called Jungle Rot. They're out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, man. Dave Matrice is he's just a hell of a fucking. They're working on their 12th album, man, and it's every album to me in the death metal genre. Every one of these albums is a fucking is I can spin any one of these albums any day of the week. I've been listening to a lot of Obituary and Power Trip since the show at Sonic Temple. A little bit of Trouble because I went and caught Trouble. Went and hung out with saw Jonathan Davis and the guys from Conan just I want to say last week, and I'll get that stuff up on our Instagram and stuff and whatnot. But the it was a good time, man. I've seen him, been listening to a lot of stuff, and then of course my birthday passed in the time that we've been away, aside from the Sabbath episode. So I did pick up some stuff for my birthday. My wife picked me up Bob Marley's Legend,
It's a must-have.
and I've had you review this album. This is one of my all-time favorite albums. I could spin this album any day of the week. I love listening to this album in the morning on a like Saturday or Sunday morning while I'm making breakfast. It's a fucking solid fucking album, man. Um, my mom ended up she's moved out of state now, and she ended up mailing me some albums, and I ended up with the Black Araya one from Glenn Danzig. This
Okay.
is this is an orchestra album that he composed, and this is a phenomenal album in itself. One of the cool things here is I think you should take a look at is let me see. Do I have it open? I don't have it open. I don't think so. Yeah, it's open. Should be. I don't know. Anyways, I can't do it, but if you could take a look here in the top corner there,
Hmm.
it's actually a blue, black, and white spatter pattern that's really, really cool. I
Hmm.
may not have popped that out yet. Um, she also picked me up this. Is this one open? I don't know if this one's open either. But she also picked me up Black Araya 2, which was another album. It's done in a black, red, and white spatter pattern.
That does look cool.
Yeah, really crazy cover.
Hmm.
My wife in my birthday packages did pick me up one of my favorite bands, and I want to ask you a wonderful question while quoting a movie. Bruce, do you like Huey Lewis in the News? What do you think about Huey Lewis in the News, bud? So my wife picked me up Huey Lewis in the News Sports. I love Huey Lewis in the News. Huey Lewis in the News is that part of the '80s that was just it was the they were one of those bands, dude. You know, they rocked. Don't tell me you're not a Huey Lewis in the News fan.
I liked him in that duets movie with Gwyneth Paltrow, um, um, Pig Vomit from Private Parts, and I'm drawing a blank on the other guy. Last name Brown, I think. Anyway, uh, if you haven't watched that movie, it's basically these ridiculous people getting into a karaoke contest, flying in from all parts of the country to do it. So, uh, highly recommend. And that's what I think of when I think of Huey Lewis.
You know what I think of when I think of Huey Lewis in the News?
Great soundtrack.
My all-time favorite song from them.
Mm.
If this is it, do it. Please let me know. If this ain't real, you better let me go. If this
Okay,
is it.
you convinced me. I want to hear Huey's version.
Kiss my ass. And another one that mom picked up for me. This was actually pretty fucking cool, man. I'm actually really happy I got ended up with this one. This is the Windhand re-release
Mm.
of the first album, and I absolutely love this album. This is hands down my favorite Windhand album, and I believe, if I remember correctly, it is of a very nice color. Let me double check on that for you. Yeah. Now, the one thing that I've found awkward about this is that if you take a look, that is a pretty color, right?
Hmm.
So on side two there, you've got the what looks like the album cover thing.
Yeah.
And the placement looks really good, don't it?
Yeah. Oh no.
An error placement.
Mm. That might be worth something.
It may be, and that's the only reason I'm not bitching about it, and it doesn't affect the play. So, not that I'm out for money or anything like that. I actually I like the album, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a pretty purple color there.
I like there you're getting more vinyl.
This was Mom and Kate taking
I'm
care of
just saying.
business. Give me a fucking second, please. Jesus, man.
Oh, as a side note, while you're putting that back in, Rhea had me count my updated count of vinyl, and I am close to 600.
600 vinyl albums.
Yeah.
Does that include 45s?
No,
Because you do own some 45s, don't you?
I own quite a few 45s.
All right.
I
Sorry. I
don't.
really wanted to show you guys that color.
No, that's cool.
Um, and the last thing the wife picked up for me, Pada boom, enter the Wu Tang 36
Wu-Tang.
Chambers. I love Wu. You know that one of my favorite hip hop groups all time. This is a classic album. So much good stuff on there. I could play this thing front to back all the time as well. Now,
Hmm.
getting into other things. Since I had birthday money and stuff to do things with, I picked up the first Power Trip album, Manifest Decimation. Um, this is a phenomenal album, in my opinion. You will always hear me say how much I love Power Trip. Um, I'll show you here in a minute just how much I love these motherfuckers in a second. But this is God, this is such a great album. But I was glad to pick this up. I also picked up their second album, Nightmare Logic. And this is the album that really kind of put them on the map. Unfortunately, we wouldn't see a third recorded studio album from them because Riley would pass before that would happen. But they do have a third album of EP releases called something Fire. I can't remember. But I'm going to pick that up, and they also have a live album from Seattle. But it's a really good live album. I own all the stuff digitally, but I will own the rest of those albums for owning the album purposes. And last but not least, because I went out and seen the fellas from Conan the other night, I did pick up Violence Dimension on vinyl
Beautiful.
and got the fellas to sign it. Got to talk to John and Dave. Forgive me, I can't remember. I got to take a look at. I try to remember so many band members' names. I'm getting old and I can't. Johnny's. Johnny was the first one to come out and actually signed it. And yeah, man, that's a gorgeous. Like, check this fucking. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Now I
fucking
know
dope.
yeah, and they had
There's the back of
multiple
the album.
variants.
Yeah, so
Multiple.
I did get a variant. I did get a variant, and that variant is almost
Nice.
like a maroon blood red type, not like
Yeah.
just pretty cool. It's I'm really happy I got to see John and the guys play again, man, and to see them in the end. The venue was pretty packed too, man. It was a good show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Only thing that sucked, man, I couldn't pick up any merch because they didn't have anything in my size. So what I did end up doing was I ended up picking up. It was Scott's birthday. Scott
Mhm.
was with us, and it was Scott's birthday and my brother's birthday's next month. So I went ahead and I told Scott, I said, "Hey, dude, pick out a shirt for your birthday." We were there with a bunch of dudes that knew it was his birthday, and nobody wanted to mention about getting to do the birthday present. I'm like, "What the hell?" So I was like,
These
pick a shirt.
Jose ain't loyal.
Well, I asked my brother, and I'm like, hey, what shirt you looking at? He's like, he picked up this red horseback battle hammer shirt, was really nice. And I said, it's on me. Happy birthday. He said, you're shitting me, man. I'm like, yeah, I got him a shirt last year from the Bongzilla show, and it said, had the big picture on the front, and on the back it said, Hail Satan, worship Doom.
Hmm.
And he loved it. I knew he would. I sent him a picture of it before I bought it. I was like, you want one of these? He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But he came out for the Conan. Aaron came out for the Conan show too. We had a good time, man.
Good.
Yeah, it's been pretty eventful, man. I'm thinking about going to the 6 Feet Under show at the King of Clubs. I think it's somewhere later this month. Tickets are like $40, but I'm kind of up in the air on it
Hmm.
because I'm at the age that I want to see if the bands are playing anything off the albums that I really enjoy.
Hmm.
So I check out the set list if I can catch it before they come to town. Because a lot of these guys will stick to the same set list throughout the tour, and we're the second date. So I'm not. It's like, do I wait around and not see them? Will the new album be out before then? Or either way, there's a high potential to hear anything off the new album.
Yep.
So it's like at $40 a pop, $40 a ticket. That's a little. If you told me $30, I'd be a little more easy to part with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the lineup, because I'm not really super familiar with the rest of the lineup. I understand that they're probably great bands, but the band I'm there to see is the headliner, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
at $40, especially if you're not going to be playing much off of the first two or three albums, which I really, really love. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. So yeah. Other than that, man, I mean, I know you was out and about and you ran into India. That was
Yep.
pretty cool. That was really cool experience.
Yeah, for sure. So some of the shows that I went to, um, one of them, the one you're mentioning, I was in Nashville for some work related stuff, and I asked India like, hey, I'm trying to stay the hell away from the strip because that's just like, as she put it, it's a zombie apocalypse, and I couldn't agree more. She's like, well, yeah, there's this really cool place called the East Side Bowl. On Tuesdays, they're having a what's called a um, honky tonk bash or whatever. I was like, okay. So, and I went to this place, and it's an old school bowling alley. This bowling alley was featured in like Architecture magazine back in the 60s. Still had a lot of the original stuff, like the original decor in there. And in the back of the venue, it's this large like concert hall. And I'm like, okay. And I get there, and um they're doing like not square dancing, but like line dancing classes before this thing kicks off. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm just having a blast watching these people just, and it was like old people and like 20-year-olds, and like it was just cool seeing this get to go down.
Yeah.
And then the band started coming on about a little after 8. One of the bands that I got to see was a band called Midnight Cowgirls, and they're like a country psychobilly type thing. And their founder is the bass player for the Eagles of Death Metal, and she makes all their own outfits and this whole thing, and it was killer, man. It was absolutely killer. So definitely check out the Midnight Cowgirls, everyone. They're really cool. They've just got a few singles out right now. So as I was standing there, India came in with her friends and family and stuff, and said hey, hung out for a little bit, and that was it. It was great. Also, another band that was there called the Cowpokes. They're pretty cool too. I got to meet one of those guys there. Super cool band. Also, um, a little bit earlier this summer, I went and seen the Wallflowers. Uh, I don't know. So the show was great. Now I'm not the biggest Wallflowers fan, but I really love that first album. And they played, I don't know, five or six cuts off that first album, which kind of surprised me. Okay, this is great. What really took me back was like, man, there's a lot of blue hairs in here. And I'm not talking about the 20-year-old blue hairs. I'm talking about like the 80-year-olds, you know, like a lot of old people were in there. And then I'm like, am I old? Am I that old? Like when I think of wallflowers, I think of like our age. I don't think of like senior citizens. So that was kind of funny. Uh, but energy was great. I didn't get to see the opening band, um, but that's okay. Wallflowers really did a great job. Uh, see, also saw the Super Suckers, and they're getting ready to come out with. They've been around forever. You definitely check those guys out. They're getting ready to come out with a new album. Um, and they opened up for Faster. I guess they didn't open up. They were co-headlining with Faster Pussycat. Now, let me tell you, I had pretty low expectations for Faster Pussycat.
You should never.
Well, I'm just telling you. I was like, okay, it'll be fine, whatever. I really went there to go see the Super Suckers because, man, they're a badass band. I'm telling you, Faster Pussycat Live, it's a must. And if you get a chance to see them, you must see them. It's a fun, kick-ass rock and roll show.
Yeah,
They're great, so good.
yeah.
Pleasantly surprised.
They're one of my
Uh,
favorites, dude. Of that era,
yeah,
they're one of my favorites, dude. I own
yeah.
everything from those dudes.
Sounded fantastic. Tommy Downs, fantastic. Still's got it.
Yeah,
Really
dude,
cool.
he's never had to fake his voice because that's his voice. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yep. Also got to see Emmy Sunshine. Got to see her play a little bit, and then she's also playing a little bit later here in Knoxville. Might catch her again. Um, yeah, so lots of things coming up. I'm actually later in a month or so. I'm going to go see Red Cross with the Melvins.
Dope. I'm thinking about going
Yeah,
to that show up here, man.
you
I
should.
haven't. I should, man, but here's the thing, dude. I just caught the Melvins with Napalm Death earlier this year,
Yeah, but it's
and
Red Cross.
but listen, if it's a toss up between the Melvins and Red Cross or fucking going to see 6 Feet Under, dude, I get the feeling that the Melvins and Red Cross are going to be around for a while. I don't know that Barnes is going to continue to be around for a while. He's getting way up there in his age, dude.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know, at any point in time with the way that this guy sings, he could be done for vocally. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
that's if it comes down to a toss up between seeing one or the other, I've got to go with who I haven't seen. Now I haven't seen Red Cross, don't get me wrong, and the Melvins are fucking great. But you know, that brings me back to like I did go see another show with my brother. It was crazy how it all worked out. And I don't want to get into the long song and story of how it ended up working out, but I was going to the general gist of it was I was going to go see my buddy Adam and his wife Gina play. They are uh, they were opening up for Leather Strip out of Denmark, if I want to say, who's a electronic artist, and I like electronic music. You know, everybody knows I'm a bit of a big KMFDM fan and stuff and whatnot. But show was really good. Leather Strip was pretty good. My brother was there to see Leather Strip, and I was there to see the opener. And, you know, I wasn't as big a Leather Strip fan as my brother. My brother's very familiar with him, and it was funny because it was just like, hey, you know, which show are you go? Where are you going to this show at? He's like, I'm going to the show at this venue. And I'm like, well, that's funny. That's where my buddy's playing tonight. So I look it up. Didn't realize I thought I was going to go see my buddy up on campus and pay like $10 at the door and go see a show. I didn't realize it was a $25 ticketed event. Kate and I decided to go and hang out with my brother and my brother's girlfriend. And my brother's buddy ended up coming up too, and we were going up to see Gina and Adam and whatnot, and getting to see Gina and Adam was really, really cool. They actually gonna, I don't know they're gonna put that project to the side or whatnot, but I do know that they're working on a brand new project by the name of Bloodstoned, and I'm looking forward to hearing that. They just come off a show for I think some festival here recently, and Gina and Adam are really, really cool. Gina's a I think they both, I know for sure her has been a member of the Haunted Hoochie Haunt here in Columbus for a number of years.
Hmm.
So, yeah, good people, man. Really, really, really good people. Fun to run into them. I started running into those cats out at Dog Fashion Disco shows. That's where we became friends. And you've done a Dog Fashion Disco album review, so just things that we've turned each other on to over the years, man.
Yeah, dude.
We've got a lot of good shit going on, dude. A lot of good shit. Trying to get I've reached out to the guys from Jungle Rot, see if we can't get them on the show. And I hope I'd like to hear from somebody to talk about that new album coming out, man. Really love those fucking dudes. Big bummer for me is I own every album but one. But one.
And that's the one.
Yeah. Oh, come here, bud. Hold on a second. I have to take a paw break.
Oh, look at that.
Bubba.
Welcome, special guest.
This is my grandson Odin.
Hello, Odin.
Him is the best. Usually I wouldn't put him up on the internet, but you know what? Hooked on Sonics is family, and one day these videos will be here for you to watch.
Aren't you lucky?
Yes, and you get to watch
Who's
Uncle
who's those
Bruce
two
and
full
Papaw.
dad guys? Yeah.
Well, I love you.
And our former marketing director.
Yeah, our former marketing director. My daughter Marcella. Hi. You say hi to Bruce? Can you say hi? Say hi, Bruce. He is
What's
tired. He's
up,
had a long day.
buddy?
Hey, did you eat a quesadilla at the restaurant? Did he eat it all? Did he make a mess? He was eating food again. That is a book. That's Paw Paw's book. All right. No, it's okay. That's just a second. Just a family moment there on the show.
Edit it.
And,
Get it out of here.
I never. Not that guy. He's gonna be the one that gets us 1,000 views.
That's right. We'll take it.
But yeah, man. Dude, it's just for me, there's a lot of stuff I could have seen over the summer, but I ain't been feeling too well. Um, I just I've got, you know, I'm looking into some things medically to see why I'm feeling a little depleted of energy. So I'm trying to get to working all that out and get to feeling good. Like I went out to the Conan show the other night, man, and it's been a long time since I felt that bad at a show.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's been a rough way to go. I got a lot of people out there that would love to see me or go hang out with me or come over here and hang out, man. And at the end of the day, to be very honest, man, I'm not I'm not in the headspace or physicality to even feel like it.
Yeah, for sure.
But other than that, man, just been jamming a lot of tunes, dude. A lot of
Yeah.
tunes, a lot of death metal, a lot of death metal, a lot of crossover thrash. Been listening to some Municipal Waste, Nuclear Assault, shit like that.
Very cool.
Cool.
We do have to, before we, wrap up or whatever we're doing, we do got to mention again, there's a lot of missing faces. Obviously the huge passing of Ozzy. We had that episode there, kind
Well,
of.
just real quick, man, let's do a rundown on the news I picked up. You want to do
Yeah,
that real
okay.
quick?
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously the passing of Ozzy. There seems to be some Ozzy and Osborne names being thrown around and things being said that could be possibly disparaging. If you are saying those things from us here at the show, come on now, guys. Grow up. Grow up. Don't speak ill of the dead. Let's be honest about it. Because I've heard some crazy shit going on, dude, and it's not funny. It's not
Yeah.
cute. All right. It doesn't, what you're doing it for shock value and views. You're a despicable fucking human being. Which gets me into Cradle of Filth drama. Now, I am a longtime Cradle of Filth fan. And if you are a longtime Cradle of Filth fan, you know for a fact that they go through members like outfit changes.
Mm.
I believe the count is 40 plus.
Really?
Over the span of the band. And there seems to be some issue of dispute of contractual obligations. There's two people that were in the band, the female vocalist and keyboardist, and her husband, who was one of the guitar players, are citing or probably looking to sue for wage issues because it sounds like the contract that was set up for them put them at making about $25,000 a year as a touring musician. It's getting really ugly.
What are they, green jello?
Dude, I don't know about that, man. It's getting really, really ugly, dude. Like it's really, 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 really getting ugly. I mean, I'd imagine Green Jello makes a little more than 25,000 off of a tour.
Bill does.
Maybe.
But I digress.
What else? The Snot to release a new album here soon.
Who?
Snot. They were a pretty big band, I think, in the mid '90s. I know a lot of people, a lot of my friends dug them. I wasn't super familiar with them. I think I had one of their albums at one point in time. The one this issue that intrigued me the most that I saw over there at Blabbermouth, our friends over at Blabbermouth, was Tesla members are teaming up with Wasp's Chris Holmes and Saliva's Josie Scott. That is going to be interesting because Holmes is a hell of a guitar player. Josie Scott's a pretty damn good fucking singer, if I remember correctly. You got members of fucking Tesla who are competent fucking players.
Mm-hmm.
We know that, right? So it'll be interesting to check out what happens to that. The passing of Brent Hines. Ugh. Oof, brutal,
Yeah,
man.
motorcycle accident, right?
Yeah, man. It's
I was
crazy.
lucky enough to see them with Brent.
I did too. I saw him at the Newport, man. Me and Dylan actually went and seen him.
Yeah, me and Scott did.
Dylan wanted to see him because he said he heard their drummer was really good, and the drummer was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But we weren't big fans. It just didn't hit us at the time, and sometimes it takes a while for a band to catch on to me. There are a couple Mastodon albums I like, and I respect what they've done for the field of music. And Brent was from what I understand, he was a really nice guy, but there seemed to have been some issues because he had departed from the band. And the guy that I ran into down at the bar when you and I were down in Tennessee together, Ben Eller, ended up filling in for a few dates for him. But Brent left, and there was some dispute stuff going on online, man. I don't know. He made some comments about the members of the former members of the, or previous, the members of the band or something, and it didn't look good. And it's unfortunate, that if the last thing said between them were kind of ugly, because from what I understand, the guy was a pretty damn good guy, so our prayers and condolences to him and his family.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Muir has mentioned that there's going to be new Suicidal and new Psycho Myco stuff coming soon. So looking forward to that. And obviously we talk about the 6 Feet Under new album coming out. That's not all the news. That's just highlights of what we, kind of get into and whatnot.
Yeah.
Once again, we want to give our condolences to the families of Brent Hines, Ozzy, and anybody else we may have missed. I know there's been some prominent
the Hulkster, baby.
Yeah, the Hulk's gone, man.
I mean, he was a bass player. We gotta include him.
That's funny. That is funny. But at the end of the day, man,
He appeared on two
we
albums.
we grew up with the guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We grew up with the guy, and he was, I can't think of anybody that didn't go to the Ohio State Fair during the height of Hulkamania and go to the Ohio State Fair and get themselves one of them rip away fucking Hulkamania shirts, throwing darts or something. You know what I mean?
Uh,
So yeah, and that is the news as we see it, man. Rest
there
in
we
peace
go.
to those people. Bruce,
Yeah.
we're getting to that point of the evening. We probably should be wrapping up. Unless you got anything else you'd like to say, I would just like to take the time to tell everyone thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate all of your viewers, all of you guys listening out there on Spotify and other podcast streaming services. Um, Tell a friend, man. If you really like what you hear here, or you know somebody that would like to hear an album review from us, shoot them our way, man. We'd love to hear from any of you and go, hey, you know, our buddy Stevie Flight, is it Flight?
Fly.
Fly, Stevie Fly. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
it's the spelling that got me. Stevie Fly.
Yep.
We've
Yep.
got an album review coming up for him. I believe it's a Daltrey album.
Yep.
I'm familiar with Daltrey. Bruce, maybe not so much. I kind of dig the guy. I respect the guy musically. He is a good musician. I think Bruce will catch that too. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we got to figure that out.
We will. Now,
Hmm.
it has been too long since we have given each other an album. And
Now,
since
hold on.
it,
Do you want to tell everyone what you've been jaw jacking to me for 3 fucking months? Do you want to let everyone in on the coming up next, or are you just letting it play
hey
out?
Bruce, hey
Yes, sir.
Bruce, there's a classic line.
Hmm.
It may be even something that people live by. But I want you to
Let's
know that the beatings will continue until morale
morale
improves.
improves. Yes, sir.
No, I will share. So um over the course of the last 3 seasons, Bruce has gotten a lot of the doom metal genre because it's a big thing for me. I do try to wean in some other stuff for him, but unfortunately, Bruce has come to an impasse. And that impasse is that whether or not he wants to continue to do the show. So what you don't know is Bruce is really hard on vocalists. Okay. If the vocals are very harsh or distorted or to a point that
Sound like shit.
he really doesn't understand the growl or, what's going on there, he can't really discern the vocal there. He gets really upset by that. And he can pay attention to the music, but he can't appreciate the vocal and why the vocal is there for that music. So being that crossover thrash, punk, hardcore, New York City hardcore is something I absolutely love, and death metal, black metal. I listen to a little bit of that as well. But primarily, like I was sitting there talking with my brother, growing up listening to metal, you listen to, your standard metal and, you would branch off into more extreme versions of metal. Whereas I'm hardcore rooted in doom. I'm also hardcore rooted in hardcore punk, crossover thrash, and death. My brother, all those other things as well, but he likes a lot more black metal than I like black metal. Okay. Um, and it's funny because our paths take two different extremes. I like more groovier style death metal like Obituary, Jungle Rot, and shit like that. However, since last season, I have been dying to give you an album by this band. And I'm having a very hard time giving you an album by this band because there's not a bad album in my opinion. I'm going to preface this by saying these guys put out two of the best studio albums in metal in the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Undisputed, hands down. I think when I looked through the comments on one of their songs, I saw somebody post something that said, "This is metal done right." without further ado, I'm going to take it a little easier on you to start things off, but it's not because I'm taking it easy on you to start this season off. It's because I got to put these guys in your ear. I want you to hear how amazing these fucking dudes are. And if
Mm-hmm.
you can't hear the amazingness, I don't know where you're at. Honest to God. So give me 1 second here. All right, I'm gonna have to do it. As much as I would love to do it with any other album, I think the wise choice here is this one, and it would be the album that fucking broke them. I want your review for next week. Boom of Power Trips, Nightmare Logic.
Okay. Sweet. So I have listened to some Power Trip.
Oh, have you now?
I don't know what album or anything like that.
Right.
So this should be interesting.
All right. All right.
I'm
Up,
mildly excited about this.
upon initial listen, thoughts, prayers.
Condolences.
Mhm.
Um, no, I would say from what I heard, definitely that old school metal feel with an updated Sonics.
Yeah. So, dude, they're amazing, dude.
Yeah.
They're labeled as crossover thrash, man, but it's a lot of it's because they have that hardcore punk sound,
Mhm.
thrashy fucking punk sound to them, man. And um, the big key takeaways here is the dynamics of the band are fantastic. The guitar player Blake Ibanez is absolutely amazing in my
Mhm.
personal opinion, and a really nice guy. Kind of yapped a little bit back and forth with him online and stuff and whatnot. And just to show you my dedication as to how serious I feel about this band and how much I love this fucking band, I haven't had a tattoo in 10 fucking years, over 10 fucking years, dude.
Yeah.
I went out and got them fucking put on, dude.
There you go.
Right below my suicide tendencies
Now,
tattoo.
did that cover anything?
No,
Or okay.
it was fresh
You actually
space.
you had free space.
Hmm.
I'm shocked.
Dude, well, Kate wants me sleeved out before I'm 50.
Yeah.
So she's got a point. So I'm running short on time, but I'm getting with some people to get things done. But I've got bigger things that I want on different parts of my body, like my buddy Tony Rossetti. He's a hell of a fucking tattoo artist, and
Don't forget our buddy Joe
Joe,
Carpenter.
man, he's not.
Yeah,
He's
he's going through some stuff right now.
he's not shooting right now, man. And if he was, I'd be there. But he's not. I was talking to my cousin Mandy about it, and he's just physically not able to do so right now. So I'm hoping he lands over near Mandy because that means he's right around the corner from me, and I can get together with him here and there.
Yeah,
Driving all the way out to London, 20, 30 fucking 45 fucking minutes sucks, especially through West Jeff.
always.
Yeah. So you have my album.
I do.
All
So
right.
you're going kind of a newer school. I'm going old school because I'm old school in my soul. You are and this is gonna tie in to an upcoming guest that we will be having here in the
Okay.
next couple of weeks. We'll announce that next week. But the gentleman that's going to be coming on played on this album, uh, and it is the New York Dolls. Cause I says so, SEZ. Cause I says so. It's the last studio album from the New York Dolls. I've been jamming that thing a lot here lately.
New York Dolls, cause I said so.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to it. I like the Dolls, man.
Oh
And I
yeah.
can't say I didn't. I got to hear that album Was Buster Poindexter on there?
Buster was not. Buster was not. David Johansen absolutely was.
Well, obviously. I couldn't remember his actual name right offhand, so I remembered his stage name. Hey, by the way, man, before we take off, what were you drinking tonight?
Well, as we're finishing up, this has been kind of hard for me to find, and I finally landed on it this weekend. I got some Crown Royal Blackberry.
Ugh.
Oh, mixed with some Coke, honey
I,
hush.
I heard it tastes like fucking medicine.
No,
Straight, it don't taste like medicine.
hold on, I'll tell you. A little.
Yeah.
But you mix it with Coke or probably Sprite would be good with this too.
Yeah.
Man, that's good stuff. This is probably my favorite Crown right now.
What are you giving it?
Uh, I'll give it a 5. It's great.
Wow. That's insane.
Easy drinker. Easy drinker, tastes good, less filling, tastes great. I like it.
I'm drinking a classic. I wasn't trying to overdrink tonight, and I really didn't want a beer. Classic bourbon and lemonade.
What
Inside,
bourbon?
what bourbon? It is the Ezra Brooks Distillers Collection. This rings at a solid 107 proof. I would give that bourbon a solid 5 as a straight bourbon. I normally wouldn't mix it with anything because I do like it neat. However, I wanted something good to drink for the show. And you know what? I wanted a bourbon and lemonade. I got plenty of other cheaper bourbons I could have done it with, but this is a solid ass bourbon and lemonade.
Yeah, that's all right. You got it because you said so.
You're damn right.
That's right.
Dude, I am so looking forward. I hope you check this out because I'm going to be honest with you. I wish I could give you a Fugitive album, which is the current touring singer and the guitar player from Power Trip's other band. Killer stuff there, dude, too.
Mhm.
But they don't have a full album out. It's just an EP. So maybe one day we should give each other an EP or two.
Why not?
Yeah.
I almost gave you an EP.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, if it's like four songs or more, I think that's plenty.
Okay. Yeah. We'll consider that in the future.
Absolutely.
But either way, man, once again, it's really good to be back. It's good to see your face. Good to hang out. I know you said you might be coming up sometime in October. Please let me know because while you might be coming down, I may be going. Or you might be coming up. I may be going down because I may go down to Kentucky to go see Mom sometime in October. So.
Okay.
Other than that, man, I want to thank all our friends over at Lost and Found Records, all the local venues that we attend to, the Ace of Cups, King of Clubs, other venues that you go to down in the area. There's so many down in your area, obviously. But I want to thank all of the past and future guests that possibly we could get on. I want to thank everybody just for taking the time to hang out with us, man, because we don't do this for money, obviously. We do it because we want to provide a very good bit of music content from a couple guys who just really enjoy music, man. So thank you guys for tuning in. Bruce, you got anything you want to say on that?
Yep, that works for me.
That works for me. He said a DVD. That's all, folks.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm Tone.
I'm Bruce.
We're Hooked on Sonics, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.